Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Exodia Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm bringing you my updated Kashtira deck profile that I played at my previous store championship, which is about 40 players, and I got 10th place. So I'm just going to go through my list, show a few of the changes, what I thought of it. So let's go. So first of all, play triple Fenrir. Of course, Staple, one of the best cards in your deck, helps you break boards, searches any Kashtira monster from your deck. Yeah, just a great card. Triple Unicorn, helps you search the spell, lets you rip stuff out of your opponent's extra deck. Really good. This time I played only 2 Ogre, because I was talking about cutting the other one. I think this is correct. Didn't brick, was really good. And the effect to just look at your opponent's deck is really nice. So you can look at some advantage and stuff like that. So I was really happy with that ratio. I played triple Side Beast. Still think this is the best normal summon in your deck. Just helps facilitate your engine. Fantastic. Played double Astral Karibo. I cut this down to 2 from 1 because I did feel like clogs a bit, and it really doesn't do anything on its own, which is like part of the problem when you play decks like this, especially rogue stuff. It isn't quite, to where it needs to be. So you just want things that allow you to play. So you don't want to be able to be drawing too many dead cards. Play triple Shifter. As I said, I think this card's mandatory in this format if you can play it. It's an FTK. It's just a good card. No other real reason. As I said, I prefer to play my hand trips at 2/2/2 because I think it bricks less. But yeah, beyond that, was really happy with it. Then I played 2 Mourner. So not 2 more. Yeah, 2 Mourner and Moonlit Chill, which I just thought was a good card. I'm still playing this. Double Ash. As I said, I think this card gets more value in this deck under Shifter. And I played again Double Crow this time. I talk about taking a card out actually and taking Bell out. I think Shifter and with your banishment cards in this deck, they probably conflict a bit much. And to be honest, the amount of times I drew Crow and it was dead, I'm thinking about cutting it. It just doesn't really offer anything to the deck. So that's where I'm with that, so that might get cut. For the spells, I'm playing triple Kashtira Birth. This card, I feel, is good at 3. I mean, you don't really have a choice. But yeah, this card actually, honestly, you top deck it, helps you facilitate comebacks. Just really refill your board. It's actually an insane card, but that's where I am with it with that one. For 2 other spells, I played Instant Contact. I ended up putting this card in. It's good every time I use it. Really good extended, just nice. I only played 2 7 stars this time. I decided to cut 1 to make space, and also because they're only once per turn, it does brick a bit. So I think 2 felt really good this weekend. 2 Pot of Desires, I still think is the best draw spell for this deck. I feel like drawing more cards feels better, and you also just need your extra deck. You need utility in this deck because it really is just a toolbox deck. Played obviously 1 Dimensional Fissure, really good against the meta. Thank God this card is now coming to 3, and I've already got my copies, that'll be nice. For the traps, I played 3 Infinite Impermanence. Just a good negate, helps you out spells and traps when you set it and stuff, pretty nice. One of the new things I put into my deck was actually 3 Solemn Strike. I really like this in this deck. I talked about it in my last profile. All weekend when I used it, it actually performed and overperformed. It's really good against Sprite. It stops you from getting Zeus. This deck has a problem with getting Zeus. It can be quite difficult and annoying. And I mean, it just does what it needs to. It ends change. It doesn't give your opponent a chance to respond, so you can resolve your effects, which is quite nice. And then for the one-off traps, I just played 1 Macro Cosmos. As I said, pretty lucky to draw this a lot. Just basically destroys its utility, and of course one of the preparation because it's searchable. Good card. Came up. I actually banished a card from someone's hand, which was nice because I didn't read. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's it for the main deck. I'll show you my extra deck. This I actually made quite a few changes to, and we'll go through that now. So for the rank 7s, I played 1 Shangri-La. I cut 1 because it just never came up. sometimes making this card just feels worse. I just prefer to make Mind Hacker. Having the ability to look at your opponent's extra deck and just rip a card out of it, like Kit Kalos, in this format just slows decks around and off for you to play. Also, one Big Eye. I think this card is excellent. And one of the best card extra deck. Taking stuff, linking it off, fantastic. Helps you out problem cards. I played one Gaia Dragon of Thunder. Just kind of thought this was a good thing. Good card to play. We've got a few people running around playing Astral Karibo and making Crooked Cook, so being able to just beat into them constantly and do piercing damage is really nice. Played the one Draco Sack. As I said, this card really sort of facilitates a place that we don't have in the compared to the OCG. They play a card that lets them generate tokens. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but that really reflected in my league choices. So for that, we played one Link Spider, one IP Masquerena. As I said before, I really want this to be Security Dragon. I still haven't managed to pick up a copy yet, but I'm looking for it. Played one Phoenix. Played one Earth Charmer. This card I actually found is actually very good. A lot of people are actually playing, playing Kashtira Fenrir in their deck. And when they go to grave and you make this, you summon it back. It's quite nice. The last Link 2, I played Dagger of Furhire. This card came up. It's really good spot removal. Actually helps in certain matchups where you couldn't do it. Actually helped in the Thunder matchup, surprisingly, which doesn't feel too great against this deck. But yeah, it was really, really clutch. I actually really like this card. It's probably going to be a mainstay. For Link 3s, I played one Soldier of Chaos, one Nightmare Unicorn, and one access code for my final Link, which is a red 4. This is really good, and you use it part of your combo that you do with your Draco Sack, so you can make this the last thing. It's very easy to get bodies on board, so you can make access code and spin stuff. So essentially what you can do is you can get a bounce or a pop for a spell or trap. You can spin one card, you can make access code. It's really quite nice. For my one of Synchro, I played Changing. I actually ended up cutting Ready Rose. It's really good in theory, but to be honest, it just doesn't come up. So yeah, this is what I've gone to. This is the one that comes up all the time. Really clutch, really good into CSU Tier Limit, which is the main deck around. Of course, my one instant contact target. Now, when I was talking about a change in matchup, you can see that I'm actually paying a lot of Link monsters in this deck. I still think in this deck, Link monsters are really generic and easy to make, and having the utility of being able to make them is better. To be honest, I don't really go into all that many rank 7s other than like the few that I actually play. So I just cut it to that amount. I actually really liked it. I felt like it felt a lot better. So yeah, it's gonna stay like for the moment, especially in this, as the deck is now. This is obviously going to change, but for now, while the deck doesn't have enough support, this is how I'm going to play it. I actually prefer it a lot more. There might be a few changes that go through the extra, but at the moment I really like it. I'll go through my side deck. My side deck really hasn't changed. We just played Triple Judgment for going first. Just stops you from getting evenly matched and Lightning Storm and getting blown out. Same for Anti-Spell Fragment, slows the games down against some decks. Stop you from getting blown up by Lightning Storm and other spells. I now have 2 evenly matched. As I said before, I'm looking for my other copies. I'm just waiting on one more copy to come. But evenly matched was great. Every time you draw this card and you get to resolve it, it always feels like you're winning. Gamma again. Some people don't like playing this, I've said before, because it bricks, but I think this card is insane. It always comes up. It's a great card. It literally has just won me games, so that's good. Still in the main, still in the side deck. I'm playing double Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone and 1 Harpies for the Duster. Look, this is the optimal amount of removal for me. It's not too much, doesn't brick with the evenlies. It feels like it's plenty. Just helps out problem cards that you have trouble dealing with. Yeah, no other reasoning behind that really. So basically what my matchups were for the weekend. I went 3-2. I played against pretty much all meta decks. So I'm going to go round 1. I played against Sisu Tearlament, I believe it was. It was a 2-0. Round 2, I played against Sprite. Lost 2-1. So 1-2. So 1 win, 2 losses. I then played against Sprite again. This deck, finding that it sometimes has a real trouble dealing with Mannequin Cat, especially if they're playing Fenrir in the deck. It's kind of awkward. And I lost that. Yeah, it was just a close game. I think I didn't really misplay. It was just hard. They sort of just had everything. Then the remaining rounds, I won the rest. So I played against another CG Tearlament, I believe. I played against the branded deck. And last round, I think I played against Tier again. So yeah, I played pretty much all meta decks. I feel like the deck performed really well. Honestly, the games I lost, I think I just lost the bricking. And that is inherently a problem with this deck. I can feel like sometimes when you're setting up boards and making stuff, you get locked in to certain things where you can't actually push because like obviously the deck's not quite there, which can be a problem. And you can just keep drawing cards and the game extends too long and then they just overwhelm you because they draw enough cards. But yeah, no, it just is what it is. We're playing a road deck. It isn't quite there yet. I think it's still a really good deck. But yeah, that's all I really have to say on it. If you like this deck profile and you want to, if you could just drop a comment, like and subscribe, that would be great. I'm going to be releasing some new content soon. I've already pre-ordered the Dark World structure deck, so I'm going to bring out my Dark World deck profile on release, so you can have a look at that. I also, if you look at my other profile, I have one of my top 16 regional tops when I played Yumi Stun. I've got a new build for that, so that'll be coming out soon. I think I'm going to make some other content. So yeah, if you could really just drop a like and subscribe, that'd be great. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Any questions, just drop a comment. All right, thank you very much. Bye.